What's up, guy? Hey, I fucking knew this would be over here. So, it's been a fucking minute. I missed you. I bet you missed me. Not really. I know that fucking restraining order is still active, so I had to come around to this camera up here because I couldn't find any other ones because he blocked me from every other point of the property. I'm really not happy with that, by the way. Why the fuck did you put locks on all the fucking gates and shit, bro? I was like just figuring out how to like sneak in here and shit. Last time I was here, I made a fucking video like on the fucking like by the trash cans and shit. You didn't care that time. Why the fuck? What the fuck difference does it make, bro? I haven't been here in like months. Why the fuck is everything all locked up? You know? Last time I was down there on the other end of the fucking parking lot filming shit too. You guys didn't care then. Like what the fuck? You know? I saw security guards all lined up. I haven't been here in like fucking like months, dude. I don't even know how many months. It's like summertime now, you know? Like I haven't been here since like shit was like snowing, you know? So, you know, it's been enough time. Like, you know, we've had enough time to like relax and you know, ponder on our differences and kind of meditate on it a little bit, and you know, you should feel better now. You should get rid of that old restraining order and let me back in the fucking studio. You know, because I want to make some fucking videos again, you know? You know?
Bitch, I'm so fucking happy, I just popped a couple tabs. I'ma see it from your patterns, I'ma fuck you with the ass. Bitch, I'm bomb, fucking Pongo, man, holy fucking shit. Bitch,
Alright, boys. Welcome back to the Pongo Review Show. It's a lovely day outside here in unknown location. It's a great day for a cigarette review, I figured. So I marched my way back up to the property where I've been banned for the last year or so, and you know, tried to climb the gate, saw a couple security guards, figured probably wasn't the best move, but I still wanted to make this video for you boys, so climbed my way up here on the roof, and you know, we made it happen. So today's fucking review for you boys is going to be a good one. We're going to take it all the way back. We're going to take it back to a classic. I figure, you know, what better way, if I'm returning my roots of doing a fucking review video and shit, like what better way to embrace the situation than with a classic Camel Blues. So yeah, you know, fuck it. We're gonna talk about this shit today. These fuckers were like my first cigarette. No, second. Yeah, second cigarette. First cigarette I ever smoked was Caprice. That's a whole different story. That was like high school bullshit. But I didn't really smoke between like, you know, like high school and the age of like 22 or something like that. So between that time I didn't smoke like at all. But I always figured, you know, if I ever do smoke, I'll smoke these. So, you know, high school ends, you know, I moved up to Oregon and shit, and I was living in the old fucking Nog record studio up there, and I turned 21. I was like, fuck it, what do you do when you turn 21 years old? You buy some dope, you buy a bunch of Mad Dog 2020 and some beer, and you buy a pack of Camel Blues and some Swishers. So that's what I did, and I actually still have that pack. It's in my house, like all the way back at the place in which I live, where I do like the Pongo Plays videos and shit. I still have that same pack. I just never opened it. I just kind of kept it on my shelf for a while. And then like a year or two later, I was kicking it with the fucking I don't know what I would call them. Truth be told, I don't know what I would call these motherfuckers, but I was kicking it with some motherfuckers. And these motherfuckers, they smoke a bit. You know, I would kick it with a lot of different smokers. But they always smoke bullshit, you know? They smoked like fucking, like American Spirits and Pall Malls and fucking gross-ass garbage like that. So I'd always want to, you know, bum a smoke. I'd be like, hey, bitch, can I fucking, can I bum a smoke? And then I would hit it, and I'd be like, oh, you know, fucking wretched and shit. So I wanted to smoke with my buddies, but I didn't want to fucking smoke no bullshit. So I just went and I picked up some of these, and then I smoked the whole pack, and then I picked up another pack, and then smoked the whole pack, and then I've just kind of never stopped buying cigarettes since then. So, I mean, what the fuck is it that makes a Camel Blue so special, though? Like, what the fuck got me so hooked on these? What makes them so good? You know, that's the real question that you're probably asking yourself today. You're probably pissing your britches trying to figure out how the fuck did this cigarette here became my first and, for a while, my favorite cigarette. So, I'm gonna answer everything for you. I'm gonna make that very clear. Pongo's here. Pongo's gonna calm you down. He's gonna touch you. It's gonna be all good. Let me get up all close and personal with y'all here. I'm over the edge here. Give you guys a nice little view here. So, as you guys can see, the Camel Blue box comes in a nice blue box, obviously. I mean, what other fucking color would it come in? If it's named after a fucking color, what else would you expect, you know? So it comes in a blue box, and it's got like the classic camel on there. You know, it's got like a nice little Egyptian scene back there. If you've seen my Camel Turkish Royal reviews, it's kind of the similar idea to what they got there, just a little bit less detailed. You know, it's kind of like a simplified pyramid, designs of palm trees and stuff. Not really much of a background, just kind of a nice white plain box here underneath the blue lining on the edges there. And on the back, you've got the most beautiful of all scenes. You got a nice oriental Turkish scene here. You got that sort of fucking like Eastern style with like the towers and the fucking domes and shit. It looks good. Looks good. You know, this is a nice looking pack. Like if you saw one of these out in the wild, you'd be like, damn, that looks like I gotta smoke it. That looks like I gotta pick that up off the ground and smoke it. So that's what I'm gonna do for you boys today. I found this on the ground. I don't know where. It was kind of like, I don't know. It was out in the woods. So like most of the cigarettes are already gone. As you can see here, like I've already partook in most of them. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull one of these out for you, and I'm gonna show you what we're working with here. Obviously, if you've seen my other reviews, so far I've only like reviewed like Turkish cigarettes. So you can see already the fucking filter is totally different than those old Turkish cigarettes. It ain't got the same pattern on. It's got that classic American sort of like cork looking feel on the bottom there. And then, you know, you just got your plain white fucking cigarette with a nice little blue ring on there and a nice little blue camel to bring it all together. You know, just pretty nice and basic, nice and simple, not trying to go all out with the design or nothing, not trying to stand out too much, just trying to be a cigarette, you know? So, without further ado, boys, I mean, anyway, fuck it. Without further ado, I'm just gonna get on to the fucking smoking of the cigarette here. I'm gonna let you guys know how it tastes. I mean, just already, it's kind of got like a nice thick filter on it, so I can imagine a lot of the flavor is gonna go into the filter, and I'm not really gonna get the full experience of what this tobacco has to offer. But, you know, we'll just, I'll just give you guys what I got, you know? Aromatic. So right off the bat, you get a nice sweet rip off this thing. It just fills your fucking mouth with that same sort of sweet tenderness, that same sweet love, sort of like almost like a figgy caramel, kind of chocolatey sweetness. Same thing, same way that your mouth feels when you eat something like a truffle. It just feels nice and sweet. Coats your tongue with good flavor. Now what I will say about these compared to like the Turkish Royals and the other Turkish cigarettes that I've smoked on the channel here, these are pretty harsh. I wouldn't say they're as harsh as something like a Marlboro. You know, it's not like you're hitting like a fucking straight stick. It doesn't taste like wood necessarily, but you definitely feel it in your throat a little more than you would with Turkish shit. The smoke is pretty heavy, surprisingly, for how heavy the fucking filter is. It's pretty thick smoke. Tastes good. Just a little rough, like I said. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a cigarette, you know? At the end of the day, I'm breaking down the very slightest differences between cigarettes made by the same manufacturer and blended with slightly different levels of Turkish, American, and whatever tobacco. It's not like there's like a noticeable difference between this and say like a Camel No. 9 or something like that. I suppose it's just the blend. I mean, if you want nicotine, this has got 0.7 milligrams or something like that, so it's not as strong as something like old or something like unfiltered, but, you know, it's got enough kick. It's probably good for like a break or something like that. Like, I don't know, you know, if you're looking for like the same hit that like a cigar would give you, I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but, you know, if you're just looking to chill, hang out with your boys or whatever, pretty decent cigarette. Let's take another look at the bottle. I feel like I missed some details on here. It says, Camel blends Turkish and domestic tobaccos to create its signature flavor. As opposed to like the Camel Turkish blends that I usually get, which are primarily Turkish tobacco, especially like the Turkish Golds or the Turkish Royals or something like that. That's all straight Turkish. This is like half Turkish, half American, something like that. One to assume that little bit of roughness that I'm feeling is from the American tobacco. That's just coming from a guy that smokes only Turkish, pretty much. This thing fucking smokes for a while though, I'm sure you've noticed. Like a lot of the cigarettes I smoke on this channel don't really they don't last that long. Now that we're on to kind of the end of the cigarette here, but I wouldn't say it's as good as something like a Turkish Gold or a Turkish Royal. It's not as smooth, not necessarily as sweet, but it does have that same signature sweetness that all Camels come with. Obviously, that's the main driving factor of why people buy Camels. It's very nice and aromatic. That said, like I said, it's not as smooth, not necessarily much of a kick as you would expect out of something like an unfiltered Camel or something like that. Not really my favorite cigarette overall. If you smoke enough of these, one thing just to smoke one. If you smoke them like back to back to back, it adds up fucking fast. Your fucking throat starts feeling like a chimney and shit. But you smoke like Silvers back to back, you don't even feel it, you know? So that said, comparing this to other cigarettes that I've smoked, I'm gonna give this something like a 7 Pongos out of 10 Pongos or something like that. I think that's a fair rating though. Maybe 7.5 Pongos. Yeah, 7.5 Pongos out of 10 Pongos. But that's about it, boys. I mean, that's all I can really offer for a review here. I keep hearing strange voices that sound vaguely mystical. So I am going to assume that whatever is happening is probably not something that I should be around for. I'm gonna get up and go. All right. Pongo out. No fucking credits.
That's a big up friend Ira.
I don't miss what I don't need. I don't give a fucking shit, bitch. Laying down in fucking fields now, talking fucking shit. This man-made shit's all made up nonsense. This motherfucker stole a fucking continent. I don't give a shit on